welcome back, guys. It is the Brothers Geek Out podcast. I'm your host, Kibbs, and today we have an honorable guest on the show today on the Geek Out session. We've got Triz Luzon on the other side. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, brother. So happy to finally be here. I'm excited, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just feels like something we've been talking about for so long, and finally having the opportunity to chat with you, man. Is you get me? I'm excited, bro. I'm gassed. I'm gassed. Too happy.
Ah, amazing.
Blessed.
Now, listen, bro. I am like since, and you know what? We've been probably following each other's journey since last year,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and it's amazing to see how the community has grown. Because, as you know, with this industry that we're in, it's
yeah.
hard graft, but they're like, bro, if I go back 7 years when I first started,
Mm,
and we started the podcast 9 years ago. So to
yeah.
come to a point now where it's like that 7 year when I get that 7 years ago mark was like I'm getting invited to these screenings, I'm going to these screenings. Lord knows how they even, got my email address because I never
Yeah,
used to have my
yeah.
email in the bio. Uh and like there weren't people like us representing there.
Yeah,
And
man.
like I grew up in such a multicultural area in Tottenham that I was like, this scene is different.
Mm.
This scene is so different. And
So,
I
how
think
do you
in the
feel like
last
now?
couple of
How do you feel
bro,
now then?
I feel like at home, bro. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm at home, bro. I feel like I'm at home. It's nice. It is nice. And don't get me wrong. I'm not. I just feel like uh, there's a certain amount of creatives
Mm.
out there that are willing to put the work in, and
Hmm.
we do it for the love
Hmm.
because there's catches to it because the effects it has on us. Because me going into a
100%.
place where it's like, oh, there's nobody actually somebody like me here, like it
Mm.
does put you in that you're in that weird place. But I felt like I had to be that weird person in
Yeah.
that screening to be like, oh my god, who's that? Let's find out who that is.
Come
And
on, bro. You're a
you
pioneer.
kind of yeah, you kind of go from there. But like seeing your guys' journey at the moment, and shout outs to small time critics, uh,
Shout out, man. Them.
uh, and
Ashley
then
Mo.
yeah, definitely, man. Like they like really inspired us in how we do our podcast moving forward as well.
Mm.
Like that was the first time we were guests on somebody else's podcast.
Oh,
That
was
made
it?
us feel so like honorable because it was like, right, somebody actually wants us on their show,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah, yeah.
amazing.
Bro,
Like
bro.
it's a nice feeling. Like don't get me wrong, I didn't feel big headed about it or anything like that. But then getting to meet the rest of the crew, bro, like the unity
Mm.
you guys have, and I was like, oh my god, this is like amazing. And like Triz, like I've been watching your journey, bro, and the more we talk, the more we connect. Uh, you should be super proud of the work you're putting out at the moment now, bro. Honestly, like
Uh,
when you talk about leaving a legacy behind, you leave a legacy behind. Whether it's friends, family, kids, you leave an awesome moment back where somebody can go back on your pet. Just Google you, bro, and be like, oh, this
I,
what?
you got to make me a bit emotional, bro. I appreciate you so much, man. I appreciate you so much. That's very, very kind of you to say. I mean, like even, bro, even going back with Hashi, yeah, even that small
Yeah.
time critics, bro. I met them man in when was it like when was the screening for Doom Part 2? Was that in
Wow,
like
that's
Doom?
last year, February, March.
Bro, that's what I met them lot there, and that's kind of like my because my first ever kind of screening was Transformers Rise of the Beast. That was my first
Yeah.
one. Vamp, shout out them. And literally after that, then I got Doom Part 2, the screening. And obviously I'm there, my microphone, I've got my friend, my boy me FD, he's like, yeah, let's just run out some interviews, that kind of stuff, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I'm nervous, bro. I don't obviously I've been doing the filming stuff. I've been doing it in like conventions and things where it's like I think there's such a big difference between when you're doing things with like the community, like which is that's I feel like when I go Comic Con, until when you
Mm.
go to like things like a screening, for example, where there's a lot of journalists and there's a lot of people that are just not really like why you put a microphone in my face? Do you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing in it, yeah. But that's where I met small time critics, bro. That's where literally I met them at Doom Part
Oh.
2, fam. And then ever since then, bro, I remember I locked in with Hashi and we've been ride or die ever since then, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Good
that's
bro.
amazing.
And they introduced
Yeah,
me
no,
to you. You know
definitely.
what I'm saying, bro. Good bro. Good peoples, man. Good
Nah,
peoples,
that's
fam.
that's
Oh,
that's what I love, and I'll always give them a shout out for that because they don't realize they're like you guys are like my little brothers, uh, inspired us in doing something different to what we do as well and how we do things. Because I think you, especially Triz, you've brought something new to the industry, and I admire that because a lot of the content can be very the same,
Mm.
but you've brought something different to it because you're like, oh shit, you're getting reaction straight away, and your dynamic questions that you ask some of the people on the red carpet,
Yeah, yeah.
you've put in a lot of work into that. Like how have you found it doing the research and like now you're in the movie game, bro. Like this is
Yeah.
like you've actually cemented a little bit because people are going to be like, "What's Triz up to this time? Like, what's Triz up to?" Because people are nosy.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the
yeah.
society we live in.
Yeah.
People are nosy, so they're going to ask, and they must be so gassed when they see you at a screening, when they see you doing an interview on the red carpet. Uh,
Yeah.
you've done quite a few as well, bro. So like, I'm going to pick out on that later on. But like,
Okay.
how has it been like growing what you're doing right now?
I think it's just one. It's for me. I think the hardest thing to kind of comprehend is being myself on the carpet because I already know what people think when they see me. Either that's like if it's a stereotype, prejudice, whatever type of thing. Because I know I don't look like the normal person that just does it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, especially in these kind of scenarios. Maybe if I was doing something in Leicester Square outside holding a microphone, you'd be like, yeah, I can see this person doing that. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
always try to bring, hence why yeah, I mean, I wear fitteds all the time. That I got dreads. All I know what I look like. But at the end of the day, I know what I am, and I'm someone that loves film. Someone that loves anime, someone
yes.
that loves games. I love talking about this stuff, and it's like I always felt that maybe I might start, or at a time, or maybe should I start talking more like proper English, or like maybe acting a certain way to kind of make people
100%.
think. Do you know what I'm saying? But then I realized if I'd start doing all of that, then I'm not actually gonna be Triz on the carpet, am I? I'm just gonna be another rendition
It's
of
not
something
authentic.
else.
It's
Exactly.
not authentic. It's not authentic, bro.
So
Listen, something that my brother told me, and my younger brother's always like stepping up. He's my older brother. I gotta say, wise little G man. Uh, bro, he's still got his Tottenham accent. He's been living abroad for coming up to just over 10 years now. Yeah, he has never lost his Tottenham accent. Uh, bro, if you hear him, I mean, I don't even want to say the name. He works for a big company, basically.
yeah,
If
yeah,
you hear my brother do his talks, bro, it is exactly the same way we are. He is never let
yeah,
because Tottenham will always be home. That's mum and dad's
yeah,
place. Tottenham is home. I'm not going to change who I am and my voice and my language
yeah.
to have somebody else, like almost like to be accepted. You either
And
accept
that's
me or you don't.
exactly,
And
bro.
I think that's the reality, and that's what I love that what you guys have brought to the industry as well, which has made me feel so much more comfortable, bro. Because I think in the
Yeah.
past 2 years, seeing the scene grow as well and the community growing as well because everybody loves working together. And I was like,
Mm.
man, I've been waiting to do collabs with people, man. But
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time you ask somebody, and we're in an industry where gatekeeping is
Oh,
massive,
bro, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. It's crazy, bro.
it, you know,
It's crazy. But,
I
bro,
never
and
wanted to do that because I remember when like, and a bit of an origin story with small time critics. Like when we did that episode, we talked, we exchanged details and the rest of it, and it was like we want to try and keep things in the community and like
yeah,
want people to go to actually experience and learn about this industry as well. Uh,
yeah.
what was it like for you when it came to trying to get into that to this thing?
Um, so, bro, I mean, I shout my boy all the time, fam. His name is FD from the future. That's my
Yeah,
brother. Like him, we both worked at a company. I don't want to say the name of the company, but we worked
no,
at a
no,
company. We worked at sneakers, so we
mm.
worked as authenticators, basically to
Okay,
tell you if she was real, fake, that kind of thing, right?
okay,
Was
cool.
great. You know what I'm saying? Is I mean, good job, whatever. And then I got made redundant, he got fired, and then he kind of started his journey, and that was I guess of like hosting, that kind of thing, right?
Mm.
Which is like so he and we say it all the time. I say we say it, but he says it. He says or what he said to me, take what I do and do exactly what I do in your scene, bro. Just be yourself. Do I know what you love, do that and do it here. And when it says be like take what he does, it's not the essence of just doing interviews, but it's like the quick kind of takes, be like literally just being the raw version of yourself. And that's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that he kind of I guess like influenced me so much, bro, and gave me that kind of what's the word? I guess the courage, bro, because I'm someone that's
Yeah,
I've always been behind the scenes. I was doing music before this. Do you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I was doing management. I was behind the scenes. I've always just been content being behind the scenes. And again, even with FD, I was ready to just be behind the scenes. I just helped him out with a few things, filming, blah, blah, and he kept saying, brother, there's no way that you should be behind the camera, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? The way that you talk about stuff, the way you love this, the way you love that, you gotta because he knows I had the little TikTok, I had a little Instagram thing. I used to like it was like a little what's the words? You know the little ones where it's not even my name, it's nothing to do with me. I'm just like uploading little posts about this is happening right now. Christopher Nolan's talking about this. I'm like, he's like, bro, fuck that, bro. Start doing it. Just be yourself. Just do it.
Yeah, yeah,
Just do it. And it's bro, honestly, that conversation there is really what changed my life, bro. And it's like doing from that moment there, which was this was like March 2022, I think it was.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
2022 or 2021, one of them. Yeah, 2021, where that happened. And going on to where we are today, bro. That's kind of when I started. And then yeah, everything's just changed, bro. Everything's just changed. And that conversation there really gave me the belief in myself that I could actually make something of myself, if that makes sense.
Of
By
course,
being
bro.
myself.
Of course, bro. But because that's what it's
I
all
mean,
about at
bro,
the end of the day.
bro,
That,
you know, I've got friends, family that are doing massive things. You know what I'm saying? But they never shout you. Do you know what I'm saying? They always be like, "Oh man, la, la, la," but they never shout you, kind of thing. And they kind of, you always kind of get that doubt in your mind that maybe you know what, maybe this stuff it just isn't meant for me. Maybe I'm not meant to be one of those kind of guys. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe my name's not supposed to be like I'm not supposed to be doing the big things. And that it's that disbelief in myself that, bro,
mm,
if it wasn't for my boy. And then again, meeting people like Hash, Mo, yourself, do you know what I'm saying? Ken, all these people, bro. And it's like seeing the Mandem's kind of reaction to, I guess, my presence when I'm at places and the acceptance. That's what kind of like changed everything for me. That really made
yeah.
me kickstart and believe that what I'm actually doing is actually meaning something because it's letting
Mm,
people that look like me understand that, bro, what? There's nothing should be holding any of us back. We should all be being unapologetically ourselves. That doesn't mean be rude or anything like that. It
no, no, of
means just
course.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You get me? It just means do your thing, man. And there shouldn't be anything that should be stopping us. I mean, I know a lot of us that look how we look, you know what I'm saying? We don't really ever we're happy to be content with just like here's your this for this day, your screening for this day, and here's your this for that. But bro, why should we not be some of the biggest creators and biggest whatevers, bro? Filmmakers, like
100%.
watched the beautiful movie the other day, bro. You know what I'm saying? By brother Michael, brother Rob. You know what I'm saying? Why should that
Oh,
not be
bro.
us, bro? Why should that
Exactly,
not be us?
exactly.
And it just
100%, 100%.
things like that inspire me even more, bro. Things like what we just saw
Yeah.
the other day with Punching Bag inspires me even more. That
Nah,
this space is for us, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%, bro. 100%, 100%. Because I always, so like, just to give you a little bit of background about myself as we get to know each other a little bit more, was, I've always been an artist. That's always been there. I've always loved comics. That's always been there. But I dabbled in uh, video filmmaking and music videos. I did a lot of grime music videos back in the day, bro.
Mm. Damn,
Worked with a lot of
classic grammar.
artists back in the day as well. And like that was my inspiration to the style of work I do, the style that it gave me as well as I was growing up, and
Mm.
what it's come to now. Like I, at first, when I first got into the scene of doing these screeners and then doing the red carpets and stuff, I still had imposter syndrome.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
still
yeah.
suffered that. Am I supposed to be here? Is this real? Like, what's going on? Like, what? Why me? Like, I was always saying, why me? Why me? Like, I don't know why. And then my brother said, like, bro, this has been in your DNA for fucking years, bro.
Mm.
Like, you've always wanted to do this. I know in some sly way you wanted to be an actor, you wanted to be on the big
Mm.
screen. You were taken away by it when you were a youth, and now like and we're gonna jump on this a little bit. You should be soaking this in and like
Yeah,
really enjoy it. Don't let that mental part of not because we're actually kind of programmed from a younger year from back in school to not really
yeah,
see
yeah,
how
yeah.
big we can be in reality. And
Bro,
I,
most
I, I will
definitely.
blatantly say that people like you, myself, and there's a couple of other people that have proved a lot of people wrong, which I don't like saying, like, I told you
Mm.
so. But we've done that. I've had that moment where, people was like, I don't even know where Kibbs is going and where he's heading like right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, and I don't I blame myself sometimes because I didn't really believe in myself as well in the art in what I could
Yeah.
bring to it as well and then inspiring others. And I think that's what the podcast did. When my brother started the podcast, I give him full credit for that. That was his
Mm.
idea. Uh, but it's inspired people along the way. And if it's that one person that that video connects with and say, shit, that guy looks like me, I
Yeah,
could
yeah,
do
yeah.
that. Bro, that's all you
That's all it takes,
need,
bro, to
bro.
be the catalyst, bro. That's all it takes, bro.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. It's
Like
all,
amazing.
and I've only again I've only realized that from what I've been doing, bro. Like I've done a few little like interview things here and there, and I remember saying to one guy, I was like, bro, I just want people to feel cool when they say that, bro. I love Batman. Do you know what I'm saying? And you're in your 30s, and it's like people are like, oh, you're a nerd. What you talk about, bro? Yeah, I want people to just feel like, bro, it's cool to say I love it, bro. I love anime. It's cool to say I love
Yeah,
that. You know what I'm saying, and it's like
exactly.
I got some of my boys that are like the most, you know what I'm saying, hardest guys, these kind of people like, yo, bro. Hey, that Batman thing ain't bad, you know. That thing you put me on, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that's what I want. That's my whole point. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do
Exactly.
that's why I do it. Because I want people to realize that don't ever lose like what the things that you loved growing up,
You
man.
love, yeah,
Get me.
100%, 100%. Uh, you recently put out a video, bro, and it really touched me because like that's one of the main things that we do on the podcast when we do speak to our guests is that it's a safe place and that it connects with all the listeners and the people that watch it. And again, shout outs to everybody who do watch and listen. And like
Mm.
we I got to give a shout out to the brothers in Egypt, Mexico,
All
Spain, south
right.
of Spain. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for dropping in and showing us the
Random.
love. Uh, amazing, bro. Like what you could do, but what you did in that video was you showed a different part of yourself, and really hit home for me because I know the daily struggles of trying to keep up with everything that we do and
Yeah.
try and live a normal life at the same time as well. It's like almost we're almost like superheroes, bro. We got the double life, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How have you been, bro? How have you been since you put that out?
It's definitely been very it's been a very challenging time for me. Um
Mm,
and I think obviously I kind of touched upon it in the video because like I'm someone that's normally like had a job and all these type of things, and I kind of basically was like, or not like even when having a job doesn't it never means that yeah things are 100%, but you know just that kind of stability. You know what I'm saying?
stability,
Just this
yeah,
type of
that's right.
stability, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you got family and all these kind of things and people that rely on you, it's a lot on your shoulders. And then
Yeah.
sometimes obviously, but even though what's on my shoulders is the weight of everyone that I love, it's also my dream is also
Mm,
heavy on my back as well. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like I was put in a position where it's like, do I choose this over what I've been trying to do for the last year to really tell myself that Tristan, you can do this and you can be in these rooms and you can be, you know what I'm saying, you can be exactly who you want to be and everything that you want to be. And I had to make that choice, and obviously I made that choice, and it's just the weight of that, plus the family stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Children, where it be, whatever, your ex partners, all these kind of things. My father, so much stuff, and I think everything just kind of got to me, and I just kind of cracked. And
mm,
then I, for the first time in a long time, where because normally I always maybe react with different with the wrong kind of output. Maybe it might be anger, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. And I realized that now I'm kind of getting to a place where it's like I feel like I feel like every voice is important, but I feel like my voice is very important because of the kind of community that I have around me. And I never really thought I had community until the event that I had, you know what I'm saying, at Red
mm.
Bull, the one that you came through to.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
again. But that day showed me, opened my eyes so much. And then as I was going through all this pain, I was sitting there thinking I could channel my pain and just sit down and just get upset, cry, or just be angry at someone on the phone or whatever, all these type of different emotions. But I thought, you know what, let me channel my energy into something that's positive and try and
Mm-hmm.
maybe embark on something that could be not just good for me, but obviously others around me, and something that, you know what I mean, something I just wanted to just champion something. I just thought that I've I don't know, because I've never really had much seen myself in that state before, and
Mm,
I've seen some of my friends in different places when it comes to the mental health, and for the first time I felt like I was wearing someone else's shoes, and
mm.
I couldn't believe that I'd known people that had been struggling with things like this, and would sit there and not say
And
one
not
word
saying
about it.
we
Do you know what
suffer
I'm
in
saying?
silence, bro. We suffer in silence. Like,
I was gobsmacked. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And that it really just hit me for six, and that's why I picked up the camera. It's the first time in a long time. I guess no edits, no nothing, no
Mm,
glamorized, nothing. No, yo, what's it? It was just like, I was
a
trying to
raw
stop myself.
video.
I was trying to stop myself from getting upset in the video, so I was trying to take it
No,
slow.
I saw that, bro. I saw that. I saw that, and it's touching. Uh, Listen, bro, I'm gonna praise you for that because we suffer in silence, and sometimes we don't talk about the hardships of just general everyday life, which is hard enough.
Yeah,
Even though we get to do some of the greatest shit in the world,
yeah,
like the hardships of and me being honest, you're not getting paid for a lot of
yeah,
it. You're paying for your own travel.
hundred
You
percent,
make a lot of sacrifice with time, family, friends to
hundred
be at
percent.
these events. Some of these events happen last minute. Like I have literally, like last year, I burnt myself down to the ground, bro. I think I went to
Mm.
every event I could go to. I think I missed like 2 or 3 events last year.
Wow.
I burnt myself to the ground. I caught myself bronchitis towards the end of the year,
Oh
and
shit.
I was
Okay.
bedded for like 3 days. And I was like, okay, shit. Like I can't I can't be hurting myself like this, not
Yeah,
knowing that
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
actually ruining relationships along the process, and ruining myself in the process as well.
Mm.
Like
You
and it's
definitely,
amazing. Like don't get me wrong, there are some amazing memories from last year, but I
yeah, yeah,
realize
yeah,
how kind you have to be to yourself. So I
yeah.
praise you for your bravery for speaking up about it because it's not easy. It's 100% not easy, and trying to juggle like the cool stuff that we love with
Yeah,
everyday life is very
that's
difficult.
bro, that's the hardest part, bro. I, like even I've got friends now that say to me, bro, I don't know how you was doing it. 'Cause I got
Mm.
so I'm thinking about when I used to go to work. Obviously, I work 2 hours from my house. Do you know what I'm saying? So the morning was well, an hour and a half, nearly 2 hour drive, right? In the morning,
Yeah.
get there, do the full day shift. But even though I'm doing that full day shift, I just filmed last night, so I got a video that needs to be out for 6 p.m. Do you know what I'm saying? So man, were looking at me like, bro, hurry up with the shoes. I'm thinking, bro, I gotta do this vid. Do you know what I'm saying? Like my manager's on me, like la 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 la. I'm thinking, my brother. Fam, I need to do my video, fam. Oh, it doesn't matter. Lala. I'm like, bro, it doesn't matter to you, bro, but to me,
Yeah.
what I'm trying to build, it matters to me. And it's like the driving, the editing, deliverables, and all these other little bits and bobs, bro. It ran me down to the ground at that point. Hence why
Mm.
that situation happened with me having to leave in the end. But
Mm.
yeah, man, I mean, obviously, even now, like that's why I said in the video, I was like, people just see one life. You see the Instagram stuff, the reels,
Yeah,
the,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Everything looks great on the service level. I say it all the time to Hashi. I say, bro, Instagram is just, bro, it's just keeping up, I guess,
An
impression of
appearance. You're
that's it,
keeping
an
up an
appearance. That's
appearance.
it.
Yeah.
That's all it
It's
is,
hun
bro.
and
It's not
yeah,
real life. It's not real life, bro.
exactly.
Everything
Exactly.
about it, bro, is not real life, bro. You get me? Because wherever
Exactly.
or not you're filming in this studio here, then you're with Universal, then you're Sony, bro. At home, bro. What's it like at home? What did you have to sacrifice to get there? How many hours have
Exactly.
you missed out with your children? Did you not take them to school? Did you not take them to the park? Did you not pick them up? Like all these things, bro. And it's like people
Mm.
don't ever see that stuff. You just see the stuff that looks good. You get me? But they don't really know about how much you're actually being affected by it on the other side of things, innit? And I guess
100%, bro.
you get
Oh,
me.
you hit the nail on the head there, bro, because that is a hard one. That is such a hard one.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
I
that
stayed
that that
away
was
from
that was
it
the
for a
point of the
little
message,
while.
man. That was the point of the
Yeah.
message. The point of the
Yeah.
message. I hopefully want to be someone that can build that, and it's great to be in a space where I mean yourself and others. I mean, Rob, I really didn't know so much about that. Do you know what I'm saying from the other day? And that, bro, I said it to you when we was outside. I said, bro, it felt like destiny, bro, that I was here today. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like to have the conversation with you, I knew we was gonna have a call soon. To hear that message, to see that film, I was like, bro, what I'm doing, them that God's giving me a sign, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? What I'm doing
Yeah.
must be the right thing, bro. Must be the path that I'm meant to take. So hopefully, man, I'm
No.
hoping in the future, man, can really talk to these new spaces and see what we can do. Get some good people to come in and give some share the message, man, and just share
No,
some.
no.
You get me?
100%. I listen, man, I believe in you because you've done everything you're looking to do. So I know you'll do it. But just like take care of yourself, bro, in the process. Like be kind to yourself as well. And don't be so
Yeah,
harsh
yeah,
as well. Because I know as men, as guys, as people, we are so hard on ourselves.
yeah,
We are so
yeah,
hard on ourselves. It's unbelievable. So like in the process, try and see the good, in what you do as well because it brings you happiness, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, no, no,
Yeah,
hundred
it
percent.
does bring you happiness, right? Because
I
same
have,
here. Like,
bro. Honestly, bro, fam. Like yourself, Hashi, bro, fam. You both reached out to me, man. That day when I dropped that message, but I didn't. I posted it and didn't think one thing of it, bro. I just put my phone back down and
mm,
then I saw your message, bro. So Hashi sent me a really nice message. And then some of my other brothers and bro, I was in tears, bro, the whole night, bro, because
mm.
I've never felt I've never felt so loved at one point. Yeah, I mean, obviously you feel love all the time when you go out, la, la, but I've never felt so love for my actual self. You get me for who Tristan
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
And so I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you honestly, just your messages alone really took me out of somewhere that it wasn't nice. You know what I mean at that
no.
time.
It's all
But
good, bro. It's all good. Because if people are gonna be like the way I see it is like sometimes we put out messages. I put out loads of messages, bro, and just to be upfront and real about it, I really talk as much as I can regarding men's and people's mental health, bro. Not just men's mental
yeah,
health, people's mental health, because we all kind of suffer in silence. There's artists and creatives that I know that do art because they're going through something. Like when I draw
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
picture, I'm going through something. When I do a painting, I'm going through something. And as a human being, I found it hard to communicate with others because I wasn't raised up to be talking about how I'm feeling. You know, I grew
yeah,
up in a
yeah,
strict
yeah, yeah,
Islamic background. My dad, man, is old school, bro. If I didn't get no beats along the process, you know, just
yeah,
got to
yeah,
toughen up and go through it. But
yeah, yeah,
I like only in the past couple of years, like my dad's opened up in like he didn't know what was going to happen with Kibbs and like Kibbs was going down a different path
yeah, yeah,
that, you know, that moment when he was like, shit, like you're kind of getting shit together now. And I was like, well, I think life is like that. It's a balance. It's going to be good and bad. Like, and I maybe not get along with a lot of people because of how passionate I am of what I want for my dreams. So
yeah,
like, I probably sacrificed a lot of friendships and I sacrificed a lot of time with my own family
yeah, yeah,
to,
yeah,
to reach a point where I can say, okay, you know what, I could slow down now. Like, you know, my brother could do the screenings in Dubai. I'll go to some of the screenings I want to go to. I'll do
yeah.
junkets wherever I want to. Like, you know, I can have a bit of control over that now. But I really want to focus on this part of the podcast where I'm bringing on people and talking about this so that the listeners know that exactly what you said, what you see on Instagram and TikTok and all of that is the
Mm.
front of the good memories and the good things that are happening. That it's,
100.
I think Daredevil said it the best. It's the tapestry that
Yeah,
is put in front of you. God put out this tapestry, and on the other side, everybody sees all the good stuff, but behind it, you see all
yeah,
the
yeah.
ragged.
All
That
the
I love
thread in
that
that. Yeah,
quote, bro.
it's
Like
true.
we see all the threads and all the bad shit and all the shit that we have to go through to get to that point.
Yeah.
So I think what you did there was open up and uh there are people who are always going to care, bro. We're caring people. The humankind is caring. So if
No,
it connects with
bro.
somebody, they're going to get in contact, bro. And so,
I know,
uh,
I know, I know. It's just it's like, bro, it's like that point in time, which is about maybe 2.5 or so weeks ago, bro. I thought about
mm,
everything kind of like in like a split second on my lifetime, kind of everything that's been getting me down. Like I've had like a mad relationship with my father. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like
mm,
even myself, bro. Like
yeah,
I think this is why I kind of go so hard. Like when it comes to I try and make sure I'm at every screening. I try and make sure I'm at every kind of event. I try and make sure even if the event is dead, I don't give a monkeys. I'm taking my mic out. I'm gonna work, bro.
mm,
Because, bro, I'm telling you, like many years ago, bro, I used to wear a brace on my back in it. I
okay,
got my back is fucked in it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to go too much into it. I've had like 5 surgeries on my back in it. So my back is done, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So
shit,
I've got just mad trauma from just thinking about back in the day being bedridden, not being able to do shit. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and like, kind of like saying that even like for example, football. Yeah, I used to love football growing up, right? I used to love football growing up. I used to go with my dad football nearly every Sunday with my
mm,
cousins and that. And then there was one point in time. This is after the surgeries, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, when my dad, I'd say to my dad, "Oh, like, we going football." I remember I was like, when he took me to go buy boots. I was like, "Oh, going football." He's like, "Nah, man, no one's gonna be there. Your cousins ain't gonna be there. No one's gonna be there this weekend." And that used to just happen, not knowing, bro. Everyone was there. Do you know what I'm saying? Now when I got older, my cousins tell me, "Why did you stop coming ball?" I said, "Bro, my dad never took me." Do you know what I'm saying? He told me that you man wasn't there. So I used to think like it's just so much things that used to hold me back. Yeah. So it's
Mm.
like when I go and do all these motives, I'm thinking about all the shit from back then and why it's my prerogative and why it's my destiny, bro, that I have to make this
Yeah.
something of myself, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why I
No,
look at
no.
bro, when I'm on, bro, I look at myself at Sonic and all these things, bro. Fam, the peers look at me like I'm madman. They're looking at me like I'm crazy, bro. They're thinking, what's this guy doing? Man's wearing shades, just chatting shit, bro. But you don't know, bro. I'm doing it for a bigger purpose. You don't know what
Oh,
I've had to go through,
exactly.
bro, to get here. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When I look at
Exactly.
myself up,
Exactly.
bro, I watch some videos of myself, bro. I'm thinking, fuck, I don't know how the fuck this guy gone from being down here, bro, being up there, bro. I don't know who's letting this
No,
guy.
listen, man.
You know what
Journey,
I'm
right?
saying?
It's so important. It's the journey. It's the journey, bro. Like so, you got so you just touched on something that I got diagnosed last year with degenerative disc disease. No, what nobody will know is that I'm in chronic
Yeah,
pain.
yeah.
I've been in pain for the past what 6, 7 years. My lower lumbar support is gone. I've got a crushed vertebra, and I'm constantly in pain. I don't take meds. I did take meds for a little while, but they kind of ruin my mood completely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yoga, meditation, and stretching and martial arts has helped me keep movement because I need to be in constant. But I'm always in constant pain. Right now, we're
Mhm.
talking. It don't look like I'm in pain, but trust me, I am in pain. But I've learned to manage it over the years. Uh, but it did stop me at a moment of
Mm,
time where I told my brother, I think it was 3 years ago, we went to Singapore. He was getting married, and I said to him, we just had opened up like the social media accounts. We started putting the podcast on like Apple Podcasts and all the other ones. We never used to do it because I used to put it on my art channel. So
yeah,
we
yeah.
had to stop because we were like, it's growing on that art channel, but it's your art channel, Kib. So let's try it
Yeah,
by
yeah, like
itself and let's have some social media pages because people are asking, where do we follow the journey?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I started the pages, and we were getting like we weren't getting much views and the likes, and it's like, oh my god, this is hard work, man. And I think I came to a point where the pain had taken over me so much that I said to my brother, listen, I'm gonna come on a holiday. I'm gonna really enjoy the holiday. I'm gonna enjoy the
Mm,
wedding, uh, and I just want to switch off for a moment because
mm,
I'm not finding my purpose in what I'm doing. I feel like what I'm putting out there is not it's not connecting enough to people for me to inspire them in any type of way. Like, uh, so I'm gonna put a stop to it just for now. Let's just give me 2 weeks break, bro. I'm having a mental breakdown. The pain in my
mm.
back is absolutely killing me. Like, I need a holiday. I just need to get away from everything. I did that, bro, and something refreshing happened on that holiday, and it always does on holidays. It always does.
I know the
Was that
feeling. Yeah,
Yeah, it was let go, let go. Don't care how many likes you get. Don't care how many views you get. Let go and trust me, the numbers will come eventually. But
mm,
for now, enjoy it. Fall in love with what you're doing. Love it to 110%. Put 110% into it and trust
mm.
me. And bro, within what? I came back and we restructured everything. We started everything again from scratch. The numbers will grow. But that alone in itself, and what I want to tell the listeners and people watching in right now is don't focus on that. Trust me, because you'll lose the love for what you do straight away. Because
100%,
you put out your best video and you get 5 likes on it and 20 views, and you'll be like,
bro.
"Fuck, man, I put 2 hours of fucking editing in there."
Bro,
That's
hundred
better than.
percent, bro.
And then you put a random video of Aaron Paris up, and you're like 3 million views. The guy didn't
Yeah,
even say anything. He just walked past on the red carpet. Like it's
yeah,
such a
yeah,
random video, and you're like, he's a good looking dude though. So like, yeah, why wouldn't people watch? You know what I mean? Uh, so it was like I know now that algorithm is random. It will
yeah.
work. Some videos will work, some videos won't. But the passion in what you do, the art in what you do, will always prevail because people will already know the 10 people that always first like your post are your 10 biggest fans, bro.
Bro,
And those are the
hundred
ones that are
percent,
going
bro.
to show you love all the way. They're going to be ride or die. There are some people that are on our pages that are always there straight away. I can't thank you guys enough for that. So honestly, like, and I know you guys always watch the podcast as well. So massive shout outs to you. But that was like that video was like really it was really touching and really it opened up a different space for you a bit as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, most definitely. It definitely like I'm not really that vulnerable like outside, like it's
Mm,
like people that I don't know, especially like maybe. obviously to demand them or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You get
Mm.
the feelings or whatever, but like not to be vulnerable on like social media, that's something that
Yeah.
isn't really for me. But I again, I just that space that I was in, it was like there was I didn't even ask myself, is this the right thing to do? It
You
just
just did
kind of
it.
felt like, do you know what I'm saying?
Just did it.
I had a
Yeah.
message and I had pain in my heart and I had I guess some inspiration. And I was just like, bruh, if I could if I could put together that event that Donna did at Red Bull
Yeah.
and then kind of spin. Obviously, I'm not saying it was a positive event. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it or nothing like that. But I mean, just kind of because I just in my head, man, I know so many people that I know myself going through so much that would love a space to just be somewhere to have conversation with brothers, with sisters, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? And kind of forget, not forget, but like not have to be positive. Just be let's be positive. Let's share together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like same way me and you have done today. We've shared. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's that relief because not just that you know someone else is going through with it with you, but it's just that you find like a new friend. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're able
Yeah.
to open
Yeah.
up
100%.
that you might not have been able to open up to just anyone. You know what I'm saying? Even your mum, your whoever. And it's
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And again, bonding over gaming, bonding over TV, film, whatever it may be. But I want it to be something where it's like I just want people to understand. Like anytime Tristan, anytime I say I'm gonna do anything, I don't pull my punches, bro. I don't play around. You know what I'm saying? Same way I said I'm gonna start doing content creation. I said people say, you're not gonna do it, la 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 la. I proved everyone wrong. Same when I said I'm gonna manage, same when I said I'm gonna manage artists and make and do music. I was like, this song's rubbish. Next thing you know, all these millions of streams, and now everyone's changing their tune, bro. I don't play games. You know what I'm saying? If I say I'm gonna do it,
Nah,
I'm gonna do
you're
it.
gonna do it.
And
So
that,
let us know when you do, bro. Happy
bro,
to support you on that, man. Definitely, 100%,
I've
hundred
already,
percent. It's
I've already, because mentally I've been in a weird place. I knew I don't want to jump in. Like I've sent emails already, of course, but
yeah, yeah.
I didn't want to jump in crazy. Like we need a space because you know what I'm saying. I wanted
No,
to.
no, of course, of
I'm
course.
saying
Yeah, I know how that's like. Yeah, yeah,
you get me out. You know what I'm saying? Hot headedness. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever spur of the moment thing. But
uh,
you know me, bro.
no, definitely.
I'm someone that likes to build. I build a deck and build a portfolio for everything, bro. Any conversation I have, I've always got something ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm ready.
so you
That
know
is
what I mean?
awesome.
I
Look
want
at
people
that,
to
guys. Make sure Triz's links are all down below. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You on X, bro?
on what?
X, Twitter.
On X, yeah. Translucent.
Yeah. So listen, all of his social medias are down
Yeah.
below. But just remember the main thing as well, guys, because I keep forgetting. My brother keeps reminding me. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that
Oh, shit.
notification
You
button,
don't do that.
share, uh, dislike, and comment, guys. Let me know your thoughts on how you finding these videos at the moment. Now, I think we are going to be talking a lot more about it, and I've got a lot more creatives and artists jumping on as well on the episodes. And we're going to be launching. We've launched another channel called Cup of Comics. Triz is coming on that very soon, where
Oh,
people talk about their favorite books or comic books and what inspired things from it as well. So we'll jump on that next. But bro, I did want to ask you, what has been your favorite interview on the red carpet, bro? Which actor, or even a reaction? What has been your best one? Because I went through your Instagram and I was like, there's far too many, bro. Because you're like, you've been present, which is amazing, but you've had some amazing moments with actors on the red carpet. You've done some great content with other companies like Terrifier 3, which is absolutely
yeah,
amazing
yeah.
as well. What has been your key moment to and you like, oh my God, I'm kind of like this. I want to do
You
more of
know,
this.
bro, I don't know, bro. That's such a tough question, you know, bro. I've interviewed a couple people. Damn. Um, okay, I'll say reactions, right? Okay, I
Yeah.
say two reactions. I think one of my favorite reactions is at Deadpool Wolverine, the sneak peek event, I met Richard Blackwood, and
Yes, I saw that one.
I was like, let me interview you, and then we started talking, yeah. And the first question was like, when are we gonna get you in the Marvel movie? And he was he just always burst out laughing. He was like, bro, what? And he was like, bro, I'm cutting down. I'm in shape. I'm in shape right now. Make the call. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, I've been training for that. You know what I'm saying? So that was probably one of my funniest reactions. Man. I love that guy. That was really funny. Um,
That's a good one. That is a good one. That is a
Maybe
good one.
favorite interview might be. I think it's my probably the biggest one. It's probably John David Washington. That probably was my favorite interview because
That's
that
Hash's one as well. Hashi
yeah,
said the
bro,
same.
bro. I can't lie, bro. I can't lie. Like that obviously, you know what I'm saying, that moment there being present, you know what I'm saying, where it's like you're on the car, you're cause the media line, and you
Yeah.
know media line, you just it's the mic, that kind of thing. But bro, John David, that man up, bro. You know, everything like bro, we fucking had a we vibed, bro. You know what I'm saying? We
That's
vibed
amazing.
for 5 minutes, bro. It felt like 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? We vibed. You get me? Like, and that was like I said some great questions. I'm giving myself a bit of high praise,
No, of
but
course. Why not, bro? Of
but
course, of
he,
course.
he gave some great answers. Do you know what I'm saying? And just that connection with like, and that's one thing that really showed me the human side of all this other kind of stuff. You got all the
Yeah.
lights, cameras, all that shit, blah 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 blah, and everyone, yeah, this person's famous, this person's rich or whatever, whatever. End of the day, bro, strip all that shit away, bro, and you talk to that
Human.
individual, talk to that human being, bro. It's a human.
Exactly.
It's a real life guy right in front of me. Do you know what I'm saying? And that
Exactly.
was
Exactly.
that was my favorite, a great moment. But and then one more favorite reaction was definitely Damien Leone. Cause I was like, the director of Terrifier 3
Yeah,
or
yeah,
Terrifier in general. But
yeah.
I was like, what do you say to the people that like say that Terrifier is too violent? And he was like, well, there's plenty of other horrors that you should be watching. Do you know what I'm saying? So you don't have to watch this. So it's just his like nonchalantness, this blase, like
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
that about him, and it definitely comes across in the movies. So
Oh,
that's probably
amazing.
my favorite reaction, man. But that's probably my three. That's what I could think of.
They're
That's
good.
probably
They're good.
what,
Those were
do you have a favorite one?
yeah, it's the Richard Blackwell one, bro. I
I'm
love
the
that
one. Do you have
reaction.
a like you one of your
Do I
ones?
have a favorite one? Shit. Why is it you and Hashi got the same questions, bro? Catch me out. He did the same
Bro,
thing to me, bro.
of course, you can't ask me that. It's not like you've been interviewing no one, bro. You've been interviewing some people. You've been doing this.
My
You've been doing
favorite,
this, bro.
my favorite. Oh my God. God, look, you know what, bro? And the sad thing is, and it's not that I'm forgetful. Probably in my
Yeah.
old age, I am. There've been some. I think probably. Uh, you know what? Jeff Rowe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant
Okay.
Mayhem.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Jeff Rowe is the director, but he's actually a storyboard artist. He did the Mitchells and the Robots that was on Netflix, which I absolutely love and adore.
Bro, I
As a
love
comic
that
book,
film.
fucking wicked, isn't it?
Oh my God, I love that movie.
It's a
Oh my
wicked film.
days.
So he's a storyboard artist, bro. So like, shout outs to Annie at Substance Global because
And he would.
she randomly messaged me and said, like, I've seen some of the work you do on your page. How would you? And this was before the DVD release because I tried to push so hard for screenings for that or
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't get it, but Annie still remembered my name and she was like, "Look, I remember you emailing, but you didn't get the opportunity." And because there's so many of you guys now doing this,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
but they originally had like people like they had the you know your independent, your son, and all them people. Where now it's like seeing us there, which is amazing. I love seeing that.
Yeah.
And she gave me the opportunity, and she goes, you know what? I could, you know, we've got like a 10-minute interview space before the DVD, sorry, the Blu-ray is released, the physical copies. Would you like to speak to Jeff Rowe? I was like, fuck yeah, like oh my god, and I
Fuck
was like,
you
yes,
know.
yes, yes, yes. And then she told me, there's no cameras, there's no voice recorder. You have to bring everything yourself.
Yeah.
And I was like, excuse me? And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, you could bring in a voice recorder and I was like, no, man, I need visuals, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah. I was like,
visual
oh
guy,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
bro, like I had to, and I spoke to Mo because I know he had, Hashi had an incident recently, which I've been on the phone to him about,
Yeah.
where,
Yeah.
and I'm happy to lend my kit out to anybody who needs kit.
Yeah.
I've got some stuff here, so you're more than welcome. And so Hashi was going through this, but I had to. This was before I got my cameras and stuff. I had
Yeah.
like an old digicam that I was doing stuff with the kids with, and it was like, oh my god, I want this thing in like 1080p,
Yeah.
4K.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went. I remember that day, so I had to get all the equipment. So microphones from Tottenham. I had to go to Finchley to pick up Rob's camera. Thank you, Rob. Because of him, I
Yeah.
had a 4K camera there. And then I went to Wembley to pick up like a Canon 4K camera, and then
Oh,
bro, and this
the
was
two
all in
angles.
one
Yeah.
day. Yeah, bros. I got
Fuck you
the
know.
two angles. So, but they couldn't let anybody else in the room, so it was just me by myself. Basically, I pitched him a really cool idea about his cinema history, his storyboard background, but what he brought to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to refresh the kind of franchise.
Yeah, yeah.
But I did have my art elements to it because I wanted him to draw a picture of his favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle without taking the pencil or the pen off the paper,
Oh
which
shit.
he did
Okay.
great. I saw he did some practice runs before I came in. I was like, "You've been practicing, then?" He was like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
so he
man.
knew
I
your
thought it was a really
question.
yeah.
Okay, okay,
They've
okay,
already
okay,
seen it,
okay.
so they've already seen it. Uh, Anyway, all set up. I'm the only one who can be in the room, so that means I had to be cameraman, making sure I press record and record
Yeah,
everything, making sure everything runs, and ask the question. So this is my first time, bro. I was so nervous, bro. I was so nervous. I was sweating. Mans was stinking up the room. I had to open up the window. Like I'm releasing gas. I'm like, fuck, this place stinks. Opening up the window, and then I did push-ups, jumping jacks, and my brother was saying like, just get out that energy, get out that energy. I know you're nervous because you fucking love this stuff, but
yeah,
you're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be fine. You've been doing the podcast for 9 years. We've been talking to loads of people. What is it?
yeah,
You're like the best guy to be in the room with. Like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, bro, this is like fucking Jeff Rowe, bro. He did
yeah,
the
yeah,
Mitchells
yeah.
and the Robots and shit, and like he's been an artist for years. Anyway, only 10 minutes. What happens? We do the 10 minutes, bro. I end up getting 25 minutes sitting down with this brother talking about cinema history and
Wow.
having a proper chilled out conversation. And even during that, he was like, "Shit, you know how the cameras work?" And I said, "Yeah, I used to do music videos back in the day."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
One of the cameras stopped because it stopped recording after like 15 minutes, so I had to go back there, press record. But we just had a really great conversation, and I'll never forget that moment, bro, because that was when I was like, oh my god, I love this. And the editing of it and watching the
Yeah.
video, like even when I watch it now, that's the first video I watched that video of my first ever interview, in-person interview, before I go. It's like a ritual now, before I interview anybody else now, because that showed how nervous I was, how passionate I was, how I had to operate all that shit in that one room by myself, making sure
Mm.
that the voice recording was working as well. But then have like, it always reminds me of how down to earth I was in that interview as well. Even though I had the questions written in front of me, we really had some honest conversations in
Yeah.
between about his journey, what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meant to him as a kid to now being a director.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, it's one of my favorite interviews.
See why I had to ask a question, bro? Because I feel like I needed to hear that. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? 'Cause we briefly spoke about it the other day. Do you know what I'm saying? We
yeah,
briefly spoke about it
that's
the other
right. Yeah,
day. I told you
that was
like
that.
that's my thing, bro. Like I'm someone that I've got my memory so bad, bro. I've got
Mm.
memory like a fish, bro. I can't not remember nothing, bro. I can't like, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro. Doesn't like Hash on the other side, bro. This guy got some. I don't know what kind of memory this guy got, bro. Remembers everything, never forgets anything. Me, you could tell me your name, I'll forget your name in 10 seconds. Do you know what I'm saying? So when I do these junkets and when I do these things on the carpet, bro, I'm sweating 24/7, bro. Like I wear some big jacket, I'm hot as fuck. I'm bit hot. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because, bro, I don't remember nothing. I don't remember nothing, bro. And it's like, and Hashi's like, oh yeah, just try and use like to the first day of this. I'm like, bro, shut up, bro. You're taking too much stuff, bro. Oh, the worst thing is, yeah, I remember I did a My Fault London, yeah, and my boy was reciting the words, my lines to me, right? So he was like, what's the first one? And he would just say the first word, what? And I'll
Yeah.
be like, oh, what is the da 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 da? Then he'd be like, all right, second word, what's the first word? I'll be like, what? And he's like, bro, the first word for all five questions is what? How the hell do you know them? But I was like, I don't know, bro. That's just how my mind works, fam. I'm fucked, bro.
That's good. You know what? Listen, man, like as you do more of them, and like luckily enough, I've been blessed to do these type of episodes and like learn from one another, from like everybody that I've done the podcast with. And I think
Mm,
that's given me more knowledge on what I do. I still get nervous, bro, and I still
yeah,
forget shit. Like, I told you the incident with James Gunn. Like I fucked that
yeah,
shit
yeah,
up.
yeah.
But I had to bring it back. And I've done that several times on other interviews. Like, recently, what did I do? What did I do? Recently, I did the writers of Heart Eyes, which is a horror film, which is
Oh, is
out
it?
now
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
cinemas,
yeah, yeah.
guys.
I
If you
saw
want to
that one.
watch
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
uh, and I like to be. I think I've slowly found my place in this market now, and my
Mm,
niche, because I'm a creative and I do a lot of the work in the background when it comes to doing the editing, the social
yeah,
media, the artwork and stuff like that. I want to speak to the directors and writers. I want to
yeah,
speak to them because I think I connect more as a person with them because I know
yeah,
what they're going through when they're doing something and when they're putting
yeah.
something out there and how much heart that it needs to have. So I think my interview with Lorenzo, who's
Oh,
done all the
yeah.
Transformers movie, was a big,
Transformers.
big,
Yeah, yeah,
bro. That guy's been a big part of cinema. Uh, was quite a bit of an honor for me. And then uh, Josh Cooley, who was the director of Transformers One,
Mm.
uh, that was
Damn.
really good because again, he's a storyboard artist as well, who does some voice animation stuff as well.
That's a
Uh,
big interview, man, especially for
yeah,
the product that they've given us as well, bro. Amazing.
bro, like
Had
I,
you seen the
I
movie
cut,
before you did that junket?
yeah,
Yo, fuck, yeah, that must have
because
been
I was
amazing.
like, bro, this is fucking beautiful, like this. And the thing was, I was like, it may not work. I went in 50-50, so I did go in with the 50-50 mind,
Same,
bro. That shit blew me away, and I was like, oh my
bro.
god, like, bro, I felt Megatron's pain, bro. Fucking
Bro.
betrayed, bro. So I was
I
like,
saw that movie
oh
twice and was surprised twice every time I walked in there,
yeah,
bro. Loved it. Loved it,
same
bro.
here. So I've had some key moments, bro. There's some other people as well, like Megan Donnelly, who plays Supergirl in the
Yeah,
animated Justice League, Infinite Crisis. Was another really sweet interview about uh, her character and getting to play Supergirl. Like you're playing iconic characters and whether it's movie or animation form, I will
yeah,
give you full credit because you're playing a superhero, man. Like if I had the chance to voice a character, I wouldn't know who it would be, but
yeah,
it would
yeah,
be such a great honor because I comic books saved my life. You know, here's a brother growing up who didn't find his place, and the X-Men showed me being different uh, was nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
You're still a part of something. When my uncle passed me that comic book, it made me feel like as an artist that oh wow, my imagination grew bigger.
yeah,
But it made me feel as a person who felt different in the world,
yeah,
accepted.
yeah.
And
That's
I think
beautiful.
that's
I
what's
vibe with that a lot.
transcended into what I do now and how I want to take things is that uh, I'm not in it for the money because you know there is money. The money's going to
Yeah,
be there. Money's always going to be there. Whether it's coming through what we do or I work somewhere,
yeah,
it's going to come regardless. I know that now. I'm old enough to know that I've gone through, and I'm still going through hardship. You know, we in I didn't say I was going to get political, but they're putting us on some shit in the UK at the moment.
yeah,
But
yeah,
you know, I'm still doing it, but I still do the shit for the love of it, and I want people to have that passion to carry on and keep fighting. Because sometimes, yes, we're going to battle ourselves in what we do, but if
yeah,
I can be able to be Wolverine in a space where I'm accepted,
yeah,
I'm going to continue doing what I love, and I thank my brother for that because my brother saved my life without me even knowing because I'm like a recovery. I've been sober for 14 years now. Used to be on other stuff as well.
mhm,
And when he moved to Hong Kong, he invited me over because he knew what I went through, and I'd gone through some tragic things at the time. And
yeah,
not to make it a sad shit show, I want to inspire you guys because I took that trip to Hong Kong as a random trip because I was going through some shit, and my brother knew what was going on. Again, suffering in silence is not good, but some people will know you're suffering.
yeah,
Shout out to my little bro. He told me to come to Hong Kong, spend some time with him, and that inspired me to get back into the arts, and that inspired us doing the podcast. You know what I mean? So like, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Keep doing what you're doing
bro.
because you don't realize who you touch in the process of that as well. So like, I think what I do now is going to be like, I want the creative process. Like, I want to know why they picked this project. I want to know why
Yeah,
they did animation. Like, and I always want those projects now. I've realized now I don't. If I'm lucky enough to get any of the A stars, that'd be amazing because
yeah,
they have their own process in what they do. But if I could get the writers, directors, the storyboard artists, the people do the work in the background, bro. I want them to
mhm.
have their. I want them to able to be like shining because I'll be
Bro,
like,
I mean, you told me already, man, that last week, because I already saw the interview that you did with my man from Better Man. Do you know what I'm saying? Even when you told me that story, bro, fam, like, I can imagine his reaction completely being like, "What? You want to know about me, bro? You don't want to know about,
yeah,
well, you don't want to talk about just about the movie? Do you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing, bro." And that's a side of that's an element of things that, bro, you're doing amazing stuff, but even giving people that kind of light. Do you know what I'm saying? Even though they
nah,
deserve it, and he's probably thinking,
hundred
he's
percent.
just sitting there like, probably like giving them a curveball, bro. Like, wow, I didn't
Yeah, it
expect it.
was. It was. At the end, he was like, I was not expecting because he ended up staying on the call for an hour, and he was like, I
Yeah,
did not expect that to go on, and I was like, I didn't really want to say, oh, bro, I've got to stop at 30 minutes. I was
yeah,
like, let you go, bro. You know,
yeah,
let it out because people want to know people. We're
yes,
nosy. We're nosy as fuck nowadays. So like, if you've got a platform here to talk about your artwork and do what you do. Like, I'd love for you to do that, bro. I want to know more
Yeah,
about what your creative ideas are and like where you go from there and like, how do you implement that? Because from 5 years from now, I'll go back to that episode and be like, shit, you said everything that you've done everything that
yeah,
you said
yeah,
in that episode. And that's such a proud thing because I can send that clip to him on the sly and be like, bro, everything you did, look at that. You should be proud of it. And I'll do that to everybody as well. Like,
bro.
I
That's why I
didn't
always
get
got
much
time for you, bro.
encouragement. We don't
That's
get
why I
we
always
don't
got
get
time for you, bro.
encouragement. Yeah, we don't get an encouragement. I didn't get no encouragement. I grew up in a strict Islamic background where they didn't accept the arts.
Yeah,
Now they do. It's changed. I don't know why. Because now they're seeing that I'm doing
yeah,
actually quite well.
yeah, yeah.
Friends and family, same thing. But like, I didn't get the guidance, bro, and I didn't have anybody praise me along the way. I've had to do everything all by myself,
Yeah.
everything, and it was hard. It is painful, and sometimes I do feel it when I'm by myself and I have a moment to think, uh, "Holy shit, I actually fucking did this."
Yeah.
That should be encouragement for anybody out there, whoever's listening, whoever's watching, to be able to do something like this, whatever your craft is. You could play the banjo and just have a fucking great time. But as long as you love it, nobody needs to tell you what you need to do. You'll find that within yourself. Like one of my favorite quotes is from the movie Last Samurai, which is my favorite film.
Mm.
And not many people understand why. And it's not because of Tom Cruise, it's because of Ken Watabe's character.
Okay, cool. Because I was thinking, okay, I didn't know where we were
Only
going.
reason why,
Yeah,
because that movie was marketed so badly, bro. It wasn't about Tom Cruise being the last samurai. It was
yeah, yeah.
about Ken Watabe being the last samurai. It wasn't
Okay,
that. That was his journey. Tom Cruise's character is actually the side character who actually learns to end up loving the culture and finding peace with himself.
okay.
But the last samurai was Ken Watabe's character, and he was the last samurai. He was the one that passed away, so it was the last legacy of him.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and I fucking adore that movie. But he says in there, we're our destiny will be revealed, but only when we want to see it.
Oh,
And
yeah. Okay.
you've seen it.
Yes.
You've seen it now. You've seen what you're capable of. So it's uh, without a doubt, bro. You're gonna smash it. And I know that because I'm gonna send you this clip 5 years from now and be like, "Look what you said there, bro."
Bro, send it, bro. I want to see it, bro. Bro. I love looking back at the old times and thinking like, bro, I remember when I thought about what I thought I might be able to do it, bro. And then you see a time when you're like, I did it, bro. I look back at some of the old WhatsApp messages I have with people and I'm telling them that I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that. And then, you know what I'm saying? I look back in a year's time and I see it and I'm like, yeah, I did that shit, man. Or we did that. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly,
I love
exactly.
those moments, bro. I love those moments. I can't wait for the clips, to be honest. I'm
Yeah,
gassed.
bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. I'll be sending you that clip in a couple of years, and you'll be like, "I told you, you're gonna smash it," and you will,
Oh.
bro. You will go through some times, but you will absolutely smash it. So, bro, I listen. I appreciate your time, bro, and I'm super grateful. I did want to finish off the show with finding out what is your favorite movie, Triz.
My favorite, my favorite movie. Just funny. It's another one, but my favorite movie of all time is Jurassic Park. That's my favorite movie
Ooh.
of all time. That's my favorite movie of all time. Without fail,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Is the movie that made me like love Jeff Goldblum. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even I've got time for this, bro. Every time I see this brother, like, I'm just like I'm captivated, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Every time he chats,
He is.
but
He is a captivating dude, though.
you know
He is
what I'm saying?
captivating.
But yeah, that's my favorite movie of all time. Plus, obviously, I've always loved
Wow.
dinosaurs. Bro. But I do have another movie that is very close to my heart, and
Go on.
it's actually Last Train to Busan. That's 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 that's
Ooh.
another movie that's very close to my heart. But the thing is, I never really like Hashi always asks me. But I always tell my generic one, my Jurassic Park one, or when I'm feeling a bit bantery, I say 2012 because I do love that movie too. But it doesn't make my all time, unfortunately. But I do love a good disaster movie. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, you get me. But yeah, man, JP, that's my favorite man. That's why you get me. Looking forward to Jurassic World, what the fuck is called, Reborn or Extinction.
Rebirth.
Rebirth, that's it.
It
Yeah.
looks different. I gotta say, it looks that trailer surprised me, and I have recently been off trailers because they just show far too much now. Like
Yeah.
I want it to go back to the days of, uh, like what was it? It was this. We're
Bro,
talking, yeah, first
Transformers, bro.
Transformers. Yeah, even the first
Bro,
Transformers, but not even
bro.
that. Matrix. because they didn't
Oh
even have a
shit!
fucking trailer,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
All it
yeah.
said was like those
Yeah,
lines, and it says,
fucking.
you know, it's like, what the fuck is this? I remember watching that movie by mistake, bro. Me and the boys all went to watch Any Given Sunday because Jamie Foxx, LL
Yeah,
Cool J, Dennis Quaid, Al Pacino. I was like, this is a fucking star-studded, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
cast. I want to go watch Any Given Sunday, which is a great movie still to this day. I love that movie. But The Matrix. So I went there to go watch Any Given Sunday. They said to us, tickets are gone, they're sold out. And we're like, oh shit, man, we just went on a mission to watch this film.
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
go like, what's the next showing? Or like, what's the next film? They said, oh, The Matrix.
What the fuck is
I was
that?
like, what the fuck? I don't even remember seeing a trailer for this film.
Yeah,
All I do remember was the marketing was just the
yeah,
code.
yeah, yeah.
Blown away, bro. Absolute blown away. Like to this day, that movie, every time I watch it, without like the second and third one, that
Yeah.
film by itself, groundbreaking, bro. Like that
Damn.
shit is
Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
biblical movie making at its fucking best. I'm actually surprised Warner Brothers even took the risk of making a movie like that because it is
Mm.
so like every time you watch it, bro, there's something new to this day about it. It's like,
100%. I definitely agree with that, bro.
how did I didn't
100%.
notice that? And I watch that movie religiously, probably twice a year, bro, because there's I learned a lot about Photoshop because of that
Mm. Really?
movie because I wanted to do because they used a lot of Photoshop in that film. You don't realize the posters, there's scenes in the movie that because they
Yeah, yeah,
did
yeah.
you know the 360 shots
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
popping it into like Photoshop to clean up the images and then putting it into like Premiere Pro and then Premiere Pro back then was fucking basic, bro. To what it
Oh,
is now, what it can
yeah,
do
yeah.
now, like I was insane, bro. Like the visuals, and you know, you're bringing martial arts. Like I grew up on Hong Kong cinema, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
bringing
yeah.
that type of fucking martial arts into a Hollywood movie. It was game changing, bro. So uh, it's amazing that you picked Jurassic Park because Jurassic Park, I was shit. How old was I? I was like 8, 9 years old when that came out,
Mhm.
and I was one of the first in the UK to. That was my first ever screening, kids screening,
Wait, what?
before they gave it a rating in the UK. Yeah,
Oh my days. What the hell? How'd you get to that?
my well, that was through the school. I don't know how they did it.
Oh,
How they there
swear
was two
down.
films I saw, which was like before it came out in like cinema properly. Was Jurassic Park and you remember Fern Gully, which was like a little
Ferngully.
animation that came out. But
Oh, no.
Jurassic Park, I remember my best friend being on BBC News. Rest in peace, Nabil. I love you to bits, bro. Uh, he passed away 10 years ago. He was on BBC, and I've always got that clip. That's my memory of my best friend. We still got
Mm.
loads of photos and videos together, but that memory there of Jurassic Park, the fact that you said that just brings back the friendship I had with Nabil because here's a guy, uh, childhood friends, bro, like all the way through
Yeah.
like you know secondary school and still linking mans up like every other day. We got caught stealing from the comic book shop. We always used to get in trouble together. Uh, I miss him. I miss him. I miss him. But he's my that's my connection to Jurassic Park every time I
Right
see it.
here.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's my connection to Jurassic Park.
That's a
So
beautiful story,
uh,
man.
yeah,
That's
definitely, definitely. Oh,
oh, brother. Yeah, this is, that movie that movie just is just one of those films that I told you already before. Like my past, like with my back and that being in the hospital, I was
yeah.
at Great Ormond Street for years. And
Mm.
Jurassic Park, and the Batman. Oh, what's the camp Batman when it was like a bit campy?
Which one? Batman and Robin,
No, what's
or Batman Forever?
Batman Forever? That's it.
That
Jurassic
wasn't
Park.
that camp, bro.
Nah, it was a bit campy,
Batman
man.
and Robin was
I told you,
camp.
bro. BDSM, bro. BDSM, all that stuff was just whip. All that stuff is crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I remember just in the hospital, like, what am I watching? Bro? You know what I'm saying? So I was watching this guy run around in some latex, and then on the other side, I'm watching dinosaurs. So those are the two movies for me. So I just like they just always like you get me. But
Oh,
because I'm a
brilliant!
Marvel
Actually,
fan, that's why I never put DC stuff up there for me. But for me, yeah, Jurassic Park was just everything for me, man. Dinosaurs, bro. Who don't love dinosaurs?
yeah. My youngest, she's a big fan of dinosaurs. We went to Science Museum the other day. She saw the T Rex. My eldest, I remember her freaking out, bro. But my youngest, she's a fighter, man. She was like, "That's nothing. That dinosaur ain't
Yeah.
nothing." No reaction, bro. She was like, "Dinosaur, dinosaur, raw." I was like roaring back to her. I was like, "Man, you are gonna give me trouble when you grow up older, man." Uh, Triz, uh, massive, massive thank you, bro. Like coming on the show and sharing some moments with me. Like I'm really grateful. I am looking forward to how we collab in the future, how
Yeah.
we what you get up to as well. Uh and like you know what, man, I can all I can do is wish you the best, bro, man. Like it's amazing to see creators in this field doing things, authentic things in their own way, and you're one of those creators, bro. I gotta say, so massive shout outs to you. Where can everybody find you? I know I did do like a mid credit, but just to remind everybody, where can you find Triz? Where can we find Triz?
First of all, I'm gonna say, bro, all your words they warm my heart, brother. And I appreciate you, bro. And again, I say it already, you're one of the pioneers, bro, for not just myself, but for a lot of us, bro. And honestly, your words of encouragement, your words of wisdom, they always they're heard. You know what I'm saying? On
No,
so many levels, bro. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you whisper it, I'm hearing it as if it's being shouted from the rooftops, brother. Do you know what I'm saying? I appreciate
thank
it,
you,
bro.
bro.
Every time you
Honestly,
share something, I appreciate it. But for me, you can find me at Trislucent on everything. So TikTok, Instagram, bro, PSN, you can find me at Trislucent on everything. Do you know what I'm
There you
saying? That's
go. There you go. There you go, guys. Oh, amazing, amazing. All right, guys, as always, massive thank you for the love on the channel. You guys have been absolutely amazing. There is still about 70% of you that watch this content on YouTube and are not subscribed. What you guys playing at? Why are you watching for? Just tap in, comment, like, share, all the rest of it. Honestly, I can't thank you guys enough. Big shout out to Medical Aid in Palestine. I'm still running the charity to raise money for medical aid for Palestine. That's in the link below, guys. So whatever you can. I know it's very hard at the moment now, but last year we absolutely destroyed the target, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. So we're on the same target this month again. So like, please, whatever you can, every little helps. Uh, I'm running a live on my Instagram on the weekends, guys, where I'm raising money as well. So there's a direct link for you guys to do that. Again, follow us on our socials. You're going to find us on here on YouTube and all other streaming platforms. But once again, massive shout out to Triz to coming up on the Brothers Geek Out podcast. Thank you so much, bro.
bro. Thank you again for having me, bro. Appreciate it.
Nah.